It's a bit cold for a Texan right now.
The sun is shining through my windows.
I wanted to wear gloves and
gotta say,
all bungled up for this one. We have Max Jackson all the way from New South Wales, Australia. That's Newcastle, New South Wales, Australia. How are you doing today, Max Jackson?
Hi, Nick. I'm so happy to be here. I'm really good. The sun is shining through my window, so I'm happy.
Well, good, because I'm a bit cold, and I wanted to wear gloves and show really. It's a bit cold for a Texan right now. We're dealing with extreme heat waves here in the Midwest. So I'm wearing my beanie, I got my scarf and gloves on, but we're ready for a ride, and I cannot wait to talk country music, being that you're all the way in Australia. If you don't mind, for our audience, Miss Max Jackson, tell us a little bit about who you are, your musical influences, and a little bit about the country scene in Australia.
Of course. Well, I have to just comment on the outfit because I think you're a lot smarter than me. It's the middle of winter here in Australia and I'm wearing a t-shirt. But hey, I'm inside with the heating on. I would love to tell you a little bit about the Australian country music industry because it's what I basically spent my entire life being a part of, and I'm very proud of our industry here. So I grew up writing songs, mostly because my parents moved us from my little tiny country town where I grew up to kind of what we would call the big city. And I had absolutely no friends. So I really got into writing songs and I fell into this awesome little local industry we had here where there was country music nights on. I used to go on a Wednesday and a Thursday night to play with a full band, and it was all country music, all other girls and guys my age playing their own songs, singing country songs, singing all the classics. And then I kind of got into going to our big festivals. We have lots of big festivals here in Australia, like the Gympie Muster and CNC. And it's a great scene here. We love country music. We love American country music. We love country music from all over the world, but we do have a bunch of really big artists here in Australia too that we love to support.
Yeah, it's a very big scene in Australia, and you look at a lot of American country artists, they do very well. But I wanted to talk about, you have a great mentor who I'm a little familiar with because I've seen her just in terms of her post being up in Nashville, but Gina Jeffries. What has she meant to you as a mentor, but also as a partner in co-writing music?
Absolutely. Gina Jeffries is now like my sister. I call her my soul sister because when we met, it was just like my soul recognized hers and we just hit it off from the get-go. But it was a big dream of mine to meet her initially. Basically, I was about 7 years old in the front row of her concerts in Coonamble, where I'm from, which is a little tiny town in the middle of New South Wales. And I would look up to her and I just thought she was the absolute princess of country music, which she actually really is because she was the first Australian female artist to sell platinum. And she just really took the country music industry by storm as a female who really had something to say. So I loved her because I was quite an opinionated little girl. And I loved seeing Gina up on stage, really doing her thing as a strong female in the industry. Now we work together. It's about 12 years that we've been working together. She means so much to me because she has taught me, basically she's shared with me every single thing that she's learned throughout her really long career in the country music industry. And one of the most important things that I think she taught me, and something that I will always hold on to, is that people might forget what you sang or might forget what you said, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. So that's one of the biggest lessons that she taught me.
That's something very good and very cool to go by. I'm sure it's really important, and I can't imagine, we talk to a lot of artists and really trying to have them describe the feeling of performing a song. How is that when you are performing a song in front of a crowd and they're singing it back to you?
Yeah, it's an unbelievable experience, especially when it's one of your own songs. That's the coolest feeling in the world, to write a song that is completely from your own heart, but then to see other people really connect with it. I think that's just such a special feeling. And particularly, I have this song called Life of the Party that I'm going to play for you later on. And it's actually about my journey with struggling with anxiety throughout my life. And that particular song, seeing people sing that back to me and then come up to me, you know, with shaking hands and say, I really connected to that song. And I feel like you told my story, like that is the ultimate for me.
Yeah, oh, well, I can't wait to hear this. Well, you kind of blew our cover here, saying to our audience, but I hope that you do play that song, and you might actually see it here in a minute. I wanted to ask you...
I won't.
That's okay. Don't worry. Well, we might have to edit that out. But Max, I wanted to... You come up to Nashville a lot. And I wrote, as we stalk a lot of, you know, Instagram pages and social media, and you said something funny, just because maybe I'm the same person, is you said it was a typical Max thing to do. If you can really just briefly kind of tell us that story of what happened traveling to Nashville and kind of show us a little bit about your personality.
Oh, absolutely. I love any self-deprecating humor is like my ultimate. So I'm so happy to share this story. So I was leaving Sydney for a 3-month visit in Nashville, and I was recording my debut album while I was there. It was like the biggest deal trip that we've done. We've maybe done 5 or 6 trips to Nashville. This was like the big one. So I packed my bags. The night before, I was cleaning out my wallet, and I was thinking, well, I don't need kind of the cards for stores here in Australia while I'm in Nashville. So I'm cleaning it out, organizing my wallet. Then I got to Sydney Airport, which is 2 hours away from my house, and I realized that I had only packed the things that I actually took out to leave at home to take with me. And I left my passport, my money, absolutely everything at home. So my sister had to drive it to me 2 hours away. I think I got it 10 minutes before our flight left to Nashville, and I forever owe her for doing that.
You do. And I'm sorry, that story really hits close to home because that's something I would do. And I don't know if people know this, just flying internationally is so stressful. You know, and you got to worry about passports and money exchanges and currency, and 3 months you just said, so now you're talking about clothes. And it's just crazy. So anyways, I love that story. I wanted you to share, and I really appreciate that.
Absolutely. I'm like, I will forget my guitar for a songwriting session. That's just who I am.
Yeah, that's who I am too. But this time I brought my gloves, my scarf, so we're all good. Anyways, and it's all virtual, so you're on your couch right now at your home, but we have to pull over, so I hope you're strapped in.
I am. I'm ready.
Okay. Ms. Jackson, we are pulling over because we're about to get into the lightning round. But before we get in the lightning round, I wanted to ask you, do you have we promote local businesses here on Bandwagon TV, and I think it's so cool that I have people internationally now plugging international businesses that are local to them. Do you have a local business that you want to plug?
Absolutely. I love that you do this because I'm massive on supporting local businesses, sustainability, and sourcing things locally whenever we can. So I love that. One of my friends actually makes such fun, colorful, vibey jewelry. And we actually worked together on making kind of a little merchandise range for me, which was colorful little guitars. So I have earrings in at the moment. They're red. I've got pink, orange, blue, yellow, all of the colors. Her business is called Angels and Outcasts. And she's a one-woman show. She's epic. She left school when she was 16 to start her own business, and she's doing so well. So I would love to tell you guys about Angels and Outcasts. Check her out.
That's so cool. I love that. And we promote our local barbecue. So hold on one second really quick, because Tennessee, you got Memphis, and you got Kansas City barbecue. It's all different types of barbecue. Carolina barbecue. But Max, have you ever had Texas barbecue?
I have something really bad to admit.
Oh no.
I am pescatarian. But I have not. But look, I'm actually so happy to try things for cultural experience. So next time I'm there, I'm going to have Texas barbecue.
Well, you know what? We can get you fried catfish, and you can dip it in, you know, our barbecue sauce. Trust me, we'll work something out here. Okay, well, we promote Young's Barbecue and More. It's a local barbecue. It's own, family-owned. They're fantastic. They're known for their barbecue burrito. But if you ever get a chance, everyone watching, make sure you check out bandwagontv.com. We have interviews of past guests and podcasts and really descriptions of local businesses. So it's a great way to pass time. But now, passing time, we are going into the lightning round. And I need to ask you this, Max. Since you brought up your local boutique, and you look like someone who appreciates good fashion. So, not based on talent, but I need to ask you, would you rather go shopping with Dolly Parton or Reba McEntire?
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I would love the opportunity to go with either because women. I would go with Dolly though. Absolutely. Because I feel like she would take me to like the places with the most rhinestones, the places with the most color, pink, anything like that. I'm all for.
That's great. Reba, she's conservative. She's a country girl from Oklahoma, but I want to say that the Dolly experience would be just something else.
It would be so much fun. My gosh, I feel like she would just have all of these secret little places that she goes to, or people who can like hand make you things. That would be so cool.
Yeah, I totally agree. Okay, so again, stalking your social media. I'm reading your website. And you had something very cool I wanted to mention. You were featured on a song with Cersina. It's on Legacies, which is a show on CW. So kind of segue into this, I wanted to ask you, would you rather write your own soundtrack to a movie score or movie, or be featured and star in that movie?
Oh, definitely write the soundtrack. Absolutely. I just love writing songs so much. I mean, I'm pretty good at getting up on stage because I love connecting with people, but I'm absolutely not there to be the center of attention. Absolutely just there to connect with people and make people feel maybe a little less alone in the world. But yeah, probably not starring.
I don't think you could go wrong. I love a good movie soundtrack, good score. So, if you're going to write us one, I can't wait for it. I'm looking forward to it. All right, so now you're driving from coast to coast in Australia, of course, to Perth, to, I guess, Sydney. How long would that take you if you were to drive from coast to coast?
Well, that's a really good question, and I've never actually done it. Australia is so big, and I think it's so weird because we all travel a lot overseas, but I think one thing that the virus that shall not be named has made us do is travel a lot more within our own country and see it. Yeah. So I would love to do that, but I feel like it would take a couple of days of driving. I'm not going to even guess because I'll absolutely get it wrong.
No, well, I am curious. And, we're kind of the same way in America. I have, family in Europe. They think, oh, yeah, I can make it from one end to the other in like a couple days. And they soon realize that it's a lot bigger. And I'm assuming it's the same way with Australia, going through the outback.
Absolutely. And I think we're about the same size, Australia and the US. So I'm not sure exactly, but I would have that. You're going to make me Google this because I actually feel ridiculous that I don't know the answer to that.
We're both going to Google this. So we're getting done with this episode. I'm going to have to look this
up. Good.
All right. You are now driving the White Lightning. And you're going to coast to coast. Musician, you need a co-pilot, dead or alive. Who do you got?
Oh, I probably would have picked Dolly Parton if I didn't say her before. So I'm going to pick somebody different. I would choose Casey Musgraves because I think she would be so fun, but she would also be cool with just being silent and just taking in the scenery. And we wouldn't have to talk the whole time. We could just chill out together.
With big sunglasses. Yeah. Okay. Now, she's going through your phone. Casey's going through your, playlists. Is there a band, a musician, even a song that would surprise us or maybe embarrass you?
Oh gosh, I listen to so much music from the 70s. I love Bread and I love the Best of Bread album. So I would definitely listen to Bread. Something that would be my ultimate driving pump up song would be Hella Good by No Doubt. One of my favorites of all time.
Ooh, that's a good one. So I was going to mention the other question I almost brought up, but we're getting way too much into fashion because I'm noticing the bell bottoms. I was going to ask cowboy boots or platform heels, but I don't know, you seem like a country girl.
Yeah, I would absolutely. I really kind of go between boots and Converse, to be honest. I used to be all about heels, and I had an amazing high heel kind of collection. And actually, I broke my toe. And I can't wear them anymore. So if I'm completely honest, I go for comfort, but I think boots are so cool, and I absolutely always wear like high top platform Converse.
You see, this is what musicians share on Joyride. The things that you don't typically get listening to music on Spotify. Oh, thank you so much, Max. That was a lot of fun for sharing. That was a blast. But you did great. Now this is on you. So you had a great album last year, Life of Barty. What do you got going on, if you can, what do you have going on this year?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm working all the time on writing new music, whether it be for myself and other artists. And I am currently in the studio recording a new song, and actually haven't said this out loud, but I'll tell you it's called Better Than Me. And I'm really excited to release that because it's completely different to anything that I've done so far. Still really feels like me, but feels like a really exciting new chapter. And then, yeah, a bunch of new music coming after that. I'm booked for a tour next year with Gina Jeffries and a couple of other girls that isn't announced yet, but I'll be putting that on my social media soon. And lots of great things are coming in the future. And I can't wait to get back to the US and visit and feel like I'm back in my little second home in Nashville.
Oh, that would be amazing. Well, congratulations. New song and also tour next year. Really looking forward to it. You know, I also wanted to mention too, and you mentioned it with your mental health and anxiety. And I know right now with Australia, there's some strict lockdowns, but if you wanted to get into just a little bit and share that with us of how that's going.
Yeah, absolutely. Throughout my life have suffered with anxiety, and it's something that I think has definitely been peaked by the lockdowns. And I know a lot of my friends are really struggling at the moment with just not having human connection. And I think that's something that we all deserve is human connection, to be able to check in on our friends and, you know, give people a hug and all of those things. And mental health is something that I love talking about because I don't think that a lot of people talk about it. And that's actually the way that we get out of it, is to talk about it, whether it be with a professional, a friend. And I think like in this time in lockdown, I've been reaching out to my friends through Zoom, and thank God for Zoom, like we're doing this right now. And it's just keeping everybody connected in this time. So I think it's really important. I always share on my social media the important mental health numbers here in Australia. And I'm sure there's a bunch of different numbers there that you guys have. And there's somebody waiting on the end of those phone lines to talk to you and help you through it. So I think that's really important, just to share that and be aware that there is so much help out there.
Yeah, no, thank you very much for sharing. And I strongly believe that too, that humans were never meant to be alone. And whether now different circumstances, and like you said, and it can be tough on a lot of people. So I really appreciate you sharing and just being honest and transparent.
Yeah,
it's a breath of fresh air.
It's definitely been really hard as well for particularly my friends in the music industry. I think just every time we get a little glimpse of hope and we get some gigs booked in and things like that, and then things are popping up again, I find that's the trickiest thing, especially all of my friends who are crew members and who have grown up, you know, with their families, have owned the crew companies before them. I have a particular friend who basically grew up sleeping underneath the stage as his dad would set up and pack down for festivals, and now he took over that business. And I feel like those people, like they're the people that I really feel for the most, because we can continue to do this. We can jump online, we can put our music out, but I just want to send some love out to crew and roadies and everybody in that side of the world.
No, you are 100% on that. But there's a whole nother side of the business, and I think they're getting overlooked, and I'm really happy you just said that. Thank you so much. Okay, so now we want to hear your new song coming up soon. You have a great album that you had last year. How do we follow you and listen to you?
Yeah, I'd love to meet anyone who wants to jump on my social media. You can find me everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, at Max Jackson Music. And my album, Life of the Party, is on all streaming services now.
Great. Well, as the Outcast once said, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. We have to let you go. I've been thinking of that line since the beginning of the episode. Maybe that's why I said Johnson.
I've been thinking of it every single time you say Miss Jackson. I'm like, that's got to be coming soon.
We're gonna add that in the interview nonstop.
Sorry, Miss Jackson.
We have to let you go, and I've never been to, honestly, Australia before, but I cannot wait. But as we cruise these virtual roads, we have to let you go. All we ask is for a song. Is there any way we can get a song from you?
I would love to sing you a song. I'll sing you the title track of my album. It's called Life of the Party.
Well, go ahead whenever you're ready, Max.
I don't wanna dress up, 'cause if I dress up and then I show up and no one else is dressed up, when I walk in everyone's gonna know that I'm here. What if he's there, and worse, what if she's there? If I act like I don't care, will they think I do care? Maybe I'll just stand there and do my best to just disappear. 'Cause I'd rather die than be the life of the party. I'd rather stay home alone if that's alright. But I'm gonna smile and be so half-hearted. I'll be the life of the party tonight. Now I love to sing, but see, here's the thing, they'll ask me to sing and I don't wanna sing, especially not if I have to in front of everyone. Ironic, right? I see, I hate to dance, they'll all wanna dance, and they'll grab me by the hand and force me to dance. But what happens if I accidentally actually have fun? 'Cause I'd rather die than be the life of the party. I'd rather stay home alone if that's alright. But I'm gonna smile and be so half-hearted. I'll be the life of the party tonight. Can I just show up a few hours late and let somebody else blow out the candles on the cake? 'Cause I'd rather die than be the life of the party. I'd rather stay home alone if that's alright. But I'm gonna smile and be so half-hearted. I'll be the life of the party tonight. So watch me smile, be the life of the party, and I'll die on the inside tonight.
That was amazing, and you know what? Please check out her entire album. Are you on YouTube?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube. My fiance is also an amazing guitarist, and he makes a bunch of music videos for me as well. So you can find all of that on YouTube too.
Fantastic. So there you go. You have to subscribe now. Subscribe.
Absolutely.
Yes. Well, this is how we get the word out. But you know what? Again, when you're back in Nashville, please make a pit stop in Texas. We look forward to seeing you.
I absolutely will do that, and I'm looking forward to that Texas barbecue.
All right, you better. Fish sticks, it's on me.
Can't wait.
All right. Thank you so much, Max.
Thanks, Nick. Thanks for having me.
Take a picture, love, 'cause this could be our lucky day. Oh yeah, you might take a picture, love, 'cause this could be our lucky day.